6 months ago, I lost my partner of 26 years to a terminal illness. And what's happened since then has been very interesting for me. Yes, I've had my grief, I've had my sorrow, deep sorrow, and much sadness. But what I wanted to talk about today is that sometimes it appears people don't know what to say to me. They don't know how to ask if I'm all right, or they want to talk about things from years ago. And I feel like it's just awkward for them. It's not awkward for me, but I don't want to be the one initiating it. So it got me thinking about hard conversations. What do we do about hard conversations? Because there's always going to be hard conversations. Yes, the passing of someone you love could be a loss of a job, could be a loss of a friend. There's a whole realm of things that you could be grieving about, feeling sad about, feeling deep sorrow. And what I've observed and noticed quite strikingly is this thing that people are not sure what to say. And even now, 6 months on, I haven't heard from some people. And look, that's perfectly fine, don't get me wrong. I just wondered, do we need to speak more about death? Do we need to talk about the actual process of dying? Because I happen to think that death itself is the easy part. It's the process that's the hard part. And the process of all the interactions that go on, people feeling awkward, uneasy, and mostly it's about them. They're really struggling with this. I have been fortunate, if that's the right way to put it, to been around death for many years. Firstly, as a nurse for 20 years, that's huge. And I did actually work in one of the first hospice in Australia for a short while. And then, of course, losing my parents, sibling, a good friend. When you get to my age, it's pretty unusual to have not experienced death with someone that you love. I don't remember, and maybe my awareness is deeper now, I'm not sure, but I wanted to say that even if you feel awkward, reach out to people. Even if you don't know what to say, reach out to people. And it can be as simple as just checking in. You know, we don't need to hear the last 20 years of what we've done together, because some of it's just old hat. There's an interesting saying, I haven't said that for years, old hat. But it's true, you don't want to be regurgitating the same things. Check in. And, you know, if you don't want to check in, that's perfectly fine as well. But I want to tell you that the actual dying process, excuse me, for me, is an utter privilege. It's a path to travel on slowly with deep awareness and compassion, not only for the one that you're with, but for yourself. It can be confronting. It can be a whole lot of things. It's hard to make decisions, especially when you're the one that needs to, for your partner, for your friend, whoever it is. And I think that at any time in our life, it's always good to surround ourselves with Cheer Squad. And most of you that are listening to this know that I have a huge belief in the notion of Cheer Squad. I think in times of sorrow and sadness, that's when your Cheer Squad really kicks in. And for me, I was fortunate. I had a very good Cheer Squad that are present today. And yes, they do check in. But what I've noticed is that, you know, some people are not checking in. And don't get me wrong, I'm not meaning this specifically, you can't get my tongue around it, about me. I'm just wondering what that's like for people. Or is it they don't understand? But if you can ever be part of someone's dying process, don't be afraid. Take the time, step up to the challenge if you like. And if it's just too fearful, find someone to help you work through that. Because it is confronting. I'm not going to deny you. Sometimes I had no idea what the next step was going to be. Sometimes I was just taking absolute faith, mostly faith in myself, faith in my mindset. And one of the things that I noticed that I did continually was I checked in with myself, how I was feeling, what do I need, what do I need to do today to get through today? And I've been a person to, at the beginning of every day, to ask myself, what's my intention? So this isn't new to me. So it may be new to you. But just check in with yourself. If you're in this situation and you want to have some support, perhaps, well, you are welcome to book a call with me. If you have some areas of the dying process and all that it throws at you, and you would like to discuss it, you might not even be in that situation yet, but you might be curious, you might be wondering what it's like, what happens, then please book a call with me. Most of all, though, stay true to yourself, stay in touch with your feelings, stay in touch with your process, if you like, because the death, dying process is one of privilege. It's unique, it's touching, it's authentic. You've got to stay in the here and the now, the moment, it's moment by moment thing sometimes. And I want to encourage all of you, I don't care where you're from, how educated you are or you're not, doesn't matter. Explore these possibilities of being with someone, or take a bit of a risk and offer to be there for someone that you love. It's almost hard to put into words. All I can say again, for the third time I know this, it's a deep privilege and a worthy privilege to be part of. So that's my invitation today, some thoughts on the dying process, my experience, and my experience based on many years of witnessing, being part of quite a few people in their dying process and also their death. And take it. It's a treasure. This is Mary Scott. Thanks for watching, and do subscribe. I look forward to more subscribers. If you want to make a comment, do make a comment. If you'd like to book a call with me, I'd love to speak to you about this. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye.